On today's Fast Friday, understanding the Focus Check Lock setting. Hi everyone and welcome to Pal to Tech. In order to understand Focus Check Lock, you need to be aware of two separate but related camera settings. First, you have Focus Check located right here in the AF/MF section of your menu. And then in your movie menu, you have Focus Check Lock. These allow you to use either the LCD screen on the back or your electronic viewfinder to zoom in so that you can better check your focus. Let's start with Focus Check because it actually has two separate categories. The first category I'm going to call Focus Check Basic, and that is actually always enabled on your camera whether or not you have Focus Check on or off right here. Meaning that if you have Focus Check set to off, you can still press in the rear command dial and the camera will zoom in to your subject so that you can focus check. If you don't have a rear command dial that you can press in on the back of your camera, you can assign this to a custom button. Just press and hold down the DISP back button, choose the custom button you want to assign it to, and select Focus Check. Now you can go ahead and use that button to zoom in and check your focus. And by the way, if you want to get out of that zoomed state, just press the custom button again. Now this mode of Focus Check, which I call Focus Check Basic, works differently depending upon whether you're in stills or movie mode. If you're shooting in stills mode, you can use Focus Check Basic in all three of your focus modes, S, C, and M. Will allow you to press in on the rear command dial or custom button and zoom in so that you can check focus. However, if you have your camera set to movie mode, then it will not work in AFC mode. It'll only work in AFS or in manual focus mode. Now, the second category of Focus Check is when you actually go into the menu, into Focus Check, and turn it on. This gives you what I like to call Focus Check Pro. You get all of the features I just described to you in the first category, but now you have this extra ability to use the focus ring on the lens to also zoom in and focus check. I'm going to go ahead and rotate the focus ring. Here we go. You see that? Jumped right in, and now I can continue to adjust my focus like this. And to get back to the regular mode, you can do one of two things. Either half press down on the shutter release button, or press the rear command dial or the custom button that you had set up. Keep in mind that if you are shooting in stills mode, Focus Check Pro will only work if your camera's focus mode is set to manual. It will not work with AFS or AFC if you want to use the focus ring on the lens to zoom in and check your focus. However, though, with stills shooting, you can always still press in on the rear command dial or that custom button that you had created to zoom in and check focus. You can still do that in stills shooting with all three of the focus modes, AFS, AFC, and manual. But wait, there's more! If you are shooting in movie mode, Focus Check Pro will not only work in manual focus mode, but also in AFS mode as well. However, it won't work in AFC. And finally, we come to Focus Check Lock. Focus Check Lock is in your movie menu. To understand how this works, let me show you first what happens when it's off. Assuming that in movie mode you've turned on your focus check. Now I have not pressed the shutter release button yet. However, I'm going to go ahead and rotate my focus ring just like this. There we go. We've zoomed in and I'll go ahead and set my focus. Now that I have everything in focus, I will go ahead and now press down on the shutter button. Did you notice what happened when I did that? My LCD screen or viewfinder jumped back to a normal view right as the camera started recording. Now let's go back into the menu and turn Focus Check Lock on. Same thing, I'm in movie mode. I'm aiming my camera at my subject. I start to rotate the focus ring. Boom, it jumps forward. I make sure my focus is good. Now watch what happens when I press the shutter release button. Have a look at this. It didn't jump back. It stayed zoomed in. Now, if you want to force it to get back, you can just press the command dial or that custom button. And something else to know, even though to my eye, I'm zoomed in, right? I mean, look at it. It's shooting the movie and I'm zoomed in. It's not shooting the movie that way. Here's what the movie looks like as it's being saved to the SD card on the camera. In other words, it's only affecting the LCD screen and the viewfinder. It's not affecting what you're shooting. It's not a digital zoom, if that makes any sense. So why would you want to use Focus Check Lock in the first place? Well, you may find it handy when you're shooting a subject, say, that's more stationary, to have the camera remain zoomed in so that during the time you're shooting, you can really judge carefully some exact part of your subject you want to be absolutely sure is in focus. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you found the video helpful or at least entertaining. And if you did, be sure to give it the like and subscribe. I am going to be signing off now, but have a wonderful weekend, and I'll see you in a new video very soon. Take care.